FC Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich dominates German football from Bavaria's capital, Munich. They play at the Allianz Arena, capacity 75,024. With 33 Bundesliga titles, 20 DFB Pokals, and 6 Champions League trophies, they're Germany's most successful club by far. Harry Kane leads their scoring charts this season with 23 goals so far. The club's Mia San Mia motto, "We are who we are," perfectly captures their confident identity. Bayern's academy, known as the Campus, spans 74 acres and costs €70 million to build, producing talents like Jamal Musiala, Borussia Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund represents the blue-collar city of Dortmund in North Rhine-Westphalia. Their famous Signal Iduna Park holds 81,365 fans, the largest stadium in Germany, with their yellow wall standing section creating Europe's most intimidating atmosphere. BVB has won 8 Bundesliga titles and 1 Champions League, 1997. Serhou Guirassy tops their scoring charts with 15 goals this season. The club nearly went bankrupt in 2005 before rebuilding through smart youth development. They've sold over €800 million worth of players in the last decade, including Erling Haaland and Jude Bellingham. RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig represents Saxony's largest city, playing at Red Bull Arena with its 47,069 capacity. Founded only in 2009 by Red Bull, they've rocketed from 5th division to Bundesliga contenders, winning their first major trophy, the DFB Pokal, in 2022 and again in 2023. Benjamin Šeško leads their scoring with 11 goals this season. Despite their success, the 50+1 rule circumvention makes them the Bundesliga's most hated club. Their rapid rise represents the ongoing tension between tradition and commercialization in German football. Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen comes from the Rhine city of Leverkusen, playing at the Bay Arena, 30,210 capacity. Founded by pharmaceutical workers, they're owned by Bayer AG. After decades as Neverkusen, for always finishing second, they finally won their first ever Bundesliga title in 2024 under Xabi Alonso, completing an unbeaten season. They've also won 2 DFB Pokals and 1 UEFA Cup. Patrick Schick leads their scoring with 17 goals this season. The club famously reached the Champions League final in 2002, but lost to Real Madrid despite having stars like Michael Ballack and Zé Roberto. VfB Stuttgart. VfB Stuttgart represents Baden-Württemberg's capital, playing at the Mercedes-Benz Arena, 60,449 capacity. The 5-time Bundesliga champions and 3-time DFB Pokal winners have bounced between divisions recently before their remarkable third-place finish in 2023-24. Ermedin Demirovic tops their scoring charts with 13 goals this season. The club's academy has produced stars like Timo Werner, Joshua Kimmich, and Serge Gnabry. Stuttgart's logo features the prancing horse from the city's coat of arms, the same symbol used by Porsche, which is headquartered in the city. Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt hails from Germany's financial hub, playing at Deutsche Bank Park, 58,000 capacity. They've won 1 Bundesliga title, 1959, 5 DFB Pokals, and the UEFA Europa League in 2022. Omar Marmush leads their scoring with 15 goals this season. The Eagles have one of Germany's most passionate fan bases, regularly creating stunning choreographed displays. Frankfurt's Black Eagle symbol represents the club's fierce identity. Their 1960 European Cup final against Real Madrid drew 127,000 spectators, still one of the highest attendances in football history. Borussia Monchengladbach. Borussia Monchengladbach represents the Lower Rhine city of Mönchengladbach, playing at Borussia Park, 54,057 capacity. The Foals dominated the 1970s with 5 Bundesliga titles, 3 DFB Pokals, and 2 UEFA Cups. Tim Kleindienst leads their scoring with 15 goals this season. Gladbach's legendary coach, Hennes Weisweiler, created one of football's greatest teams with minimal resources. Their heated rivalry with Bayern Munich dates back to the 1970s when they regularly battled for supremacy. The club's name Borussia is Latin for Prussia, reflecting Germany's historical heritage. VfL Wolfsburg. VfL Wolfsburg represents the automaker's city in Lower Saxony, playing at the Volkswagen Arena, 30,000 capacity. Owned by Volkswagen, they won their only Bundesliga title in 2009 with strikers Edin Dzeko and Grafit. They've also won 1 DFB Pokal. Mohamed Amoura tops their scoring with 10 goals this season. Wolfsburg is one of the few Bundesliga clubs exempt from the 50+1 rule due to Volkswagen's long-term investment predating the regulation. The club made history history with their women's team winning multiple Champions League titles, establishing a dynasty in women's football. TSG Hoffenheim. TSG Hoffenheim represents the tiny village of Sinsheim in Baden-Württemberg, playing at the Pre-Zero Arena, 30,150 capacity. They have no major trophies but rose from amateur status to the Bundesliga through software billionaire Dietmar Hopp's investment. Andrei Kramaric leads their scoring with 10 goals this season. The club's meteoric rise from the 5th division to Champions League qualification within a decade made them controversial in tradition-oriented German football. Hoffenheim pioneered data analytics in the Bundesliga under innovative coach Julian Nagelsmann, who became head coach at just 28 years old. SC Freiburg. SC Freiburg comes from Germany's sunniest city in the Black Forest region, playing at the Europa Park Stadion, 34,700 capacity. They have never won a major trophy, but reached the DFB Pokal final in 2022. Vincenzo Grifo leads their scoring with 8 goals this season. Under legendary coach Christian Streich, who cycled to training each day, Freiburg became famous for sustainable development and punching above their financial weight. The club's academy consistently produces talent while operating on one of the Bundesliga's smallest budgets. Their stadium is powered by solar energy, reflecting the environmentally conscious city they represent. FC Union Berlin. Union Berlin represents the eastern part of Germany's capital, playing at the Stadion an der Alten Försterei, 22,012 capacity. They have no major trophies, but made their historic Champions League debut in 2023. Benedikt Hollerbach leads their scoring with 8 goals this season. When their stadium needed renovation in 2008, over 2,300 fans volunteered to help build it themselves. Union's Christmas carol tradition sees thousands of fans gather with candles to sing in their stadium each December. During the Cold War, they were the anti-establishment club against state-backed Dynamo Berlin. FSV Mainz. Mainz represents the Rhineland-Palatinate capital, playing at the Mauer Arena, 33,305 capacity. They have never won a major trophy, but have established themselves as Bundesliga regulars after promotion in 2009. Jonathan Burkhardt leads their scoring with 15 goals this season. The club is famous for launching Jurgen Klopp's coaching career after his playing days there. Mainz operates on a sustainable model, developing players like André Schürrle and Jean-Philippe Mateta before selling them for profit. The Carnival City's festive spirit is reflected in the club's carnival-themed jerseys worn during the city's 5th season. FC Augsburg. FC Augsburg represents Bavaria's 3rd largest city, playing at the WWK Arena, 30,660 capacity. They have no major trophies, but have maintained Bundesliga status since 2011. Alex Claude Maurice leads their scoring with 9 goals this season. The club has the unique distinction of being the only Bundesliga team never to have played in the German Cup final. Augsburg's stadium features the world's largest solar facade, generating enough energy to power 300 households. Despite being in Bayern Munich's shadow, they've established themselves as Bavaria's 2nd team. SV Werder Bremen. Werder Bremen comes from the Hanseatic city in northern Germany, playing at the Weser Stadion, 42,100 capacity. They've won 4 Bundesliga titles, 6 DFB Pokals, and the 1992 European Cup. Marvin Duksch tops their scoring charts with 7 goals this season. The Green-Whites are famous for their attacking Bremen style under coach Otto Rehhagel. Their stadium is uniquely situated on a narrow strip of land between the Weser River and a main road, making it one of Germany's most distinctive venues. Bremen shares one of German football's fiercest rivalries with nearby Hamburg, Holstein Kiel. Holstein Kiel represents Germany's northernmost state capital in Schleswig-Holstein, playing at the Holstein Stadion, 15,034 capacity. The 2024-25 season marks their Bundesliga debut after promotion, with no major trophies in their history. Phil Harris leads their scoring with 8 goals this season. Nicknamed the Storks due to the birds nesting in the city, they're the northernmost club in Bundesliga history. Their promotion represents a remarkable rise for a club that was in the 4th division just a decade ago. Kiel's maritime heritage is celebrated with anchor symbols and blue-white-red colours, representing the region's flag. VfL Bochum. VfL Bochum represents the Ruhr industrial city, playing at the Vonovia Ruhr Stadion, 27,599 capacity. They have never won a major trophy, despite reaching the DFB Pokal final twice. Myron Boadu leads their scoring with 7 goals this season. Bochum's coal mining heritage is celebrated in their Malocher, hard worker identity, and their anthem Bochum by Herbert Grönemeyer. Despite limited resources, they've established themselves as a yo-yo club between Germany's top divisions. Their fierce local rivalry with Schalke 04 in the Small Revierderby Sea divides the Western Ruhr region. FC St. Pauli. FC St. Pauli represents Hamburg's famous red light district, playing at the Millantor Stadion, 29,546 capacity. The 2024-25 season marks their return to the Bundesliga after promotion, with no major trophies in their cabinet. Morgan Guilavogui leads their scoring with 5 goals this season. St. Pauli has become world famous for their left-wing politics, anti-fascist stance, and skull and crossbones symbol adopted from the district's pirate heritage. Despite limited financial resources, they've built a global cult following based on their social values. The club explicitly bans right-wing nationalist attitudes in their stadium regulations. Heidenheim. First FC Heidenheim represents the small town in Baden-Württemberg, playing at the Feucht Arena, 15,000 capacity, the smallest in the Bundesliga. They have no major trophies, with the 2024-25 season being just their second in the top flight after their historic promotion in 2023. Marvin Pieringer leads their scoring with 7 goals this season. Their rise from the 5th tier to the Bundesliga under coach Frank Schmidt is remarkable. He's been in charge since 2007, making him the longest-serving coach in German professional football. The town has just 50,000 residents, making them the smallest location with a Bundesliga club. The Bundesliga's mix of historic giants, worker-owned clubs, corporate-backed teams, and small-town overachievers creates one of world football's most diverse and fan-friendly leagues. Which Bundesliga club are you supporting? Let me know in the comments below.